and in 2019 we will have extended close to 2.5 billion euro of financing across the globe, and Africa being our first continent, since close to 40% of our volume of intervention is focused on Africa, and we'll talk about it later, obviously including in West Africa and in Ghana. We have field offices in about 10 countries in Africa, including obviously here in Ghana. In terms of type of partners with whom we are working, so we are working and we can finance companies, we can finance schools, hospitals, agribusiness or our infrastructure companies, and we are working a lot with financial institutions and funds, simply because those are the ones who are providing financing to SMEs and to startups. If we look at AFD and Proparco's trajectory over the past few years, it has grown substantially since the volume of activity of Proparco, for instance, will have tripled since 2015. So in 2015 we were deploying 1 billion euro financing. Today in 2019 we'll be around 2.5 billion. So in 2020 will be around again 3 billion. So we will have tripled the activity over the past 5 years. And if we focus on West Africa, and Fatoumata will talk about it a bit later on, over the past 10 years we've provided 1 billion euro financing, and the idea is to provide the same amount but in 5 years instead of 10. So we'll try to intensify our activity. And if we talk about Ghana in particular, and here again a colleague will talk about it in a bit more detail, but here again the idea has been explained earlier. The idea is to intensify the level of partnership, the level of activity of AFD Group and Proparco in particular in the coming years. So to give you some numbers, over the past few years we provided, if you look at the past 10 years, we provided 300 million euro of financing, working with financial institutions and corporates, and the idea for the next 5 years is to provide at least the same amount, meaning that here again we want to double the intensity of what we are doing in Ghana, and we hope to do even more. But beyond those numbers and beyond those quantitative kind of growth, what matters most for us is the impact of our action and the type of partnership that we can have with Ghana. So for each of the projects we are financing, either directly or indirectly, we need to ensure 3 goals. One is that it should contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals, which has been defined by the United Nations in 2015, and that includes, for example, providing or try to help providing decent job and access to basic services to all. So this is one. The second thing is that we need to make sure that each of our projects are sustainable from an environmental and social perspective, including vis-à-vis the Paris Agreement. And the third goal is to make sure that our project reduce all sorts of inequity between the population, and that we try to nurture the kind of social link which links us together. So those are the broad kind of goals of AFD and Proparco in particular for the coming years.